Listen. Feel the power.
The first refurbished Midland Main Line train is well underway and will be publicly unveiled on Monday the 10th of February with a press launch and goes into service on Tuesday the 11th of February. This video shows you just what the new train will look like and what new features it will offer. But to start the process, we went out to customers to see exactly what they think of our service and how we might improve the train interiors.
Well, I think it needs a facelift. I think that would be the best way of putting it.
Some of the trains now are getting a little bit dated, I think. Usually quite clean.
I mean, we give complimentary tea and coffee, which is good.
3 cups of tea and coffee I like.
I like these track pack things because you get all these cool stuff in them, like gogs and things.
Well, they're reasonable. I mean, I'm sitting on a seat here which isn't particularly comfortable, actually. It needs a bit of refurbishment.
Well, comfortable seating first and foremost, I suppose, isn't it?
A bit more leg room.
A bit more comfier seat, because I think it's very hard.
A little more leg room.
And slightly better back support here. I've never been able to really get it very comfortable. In fact,
Perhaps a little more leg room would be nice.
A little bit more leg room would be nice, if that's it, but apart from that, I think they're quite good.
I'd like to see more space, especially for luggage, because when I'm going on an overnight stay, I don't have enough space to put everything.
I travel with a child, sometimes getting in and out of the seats if it is busy, perhaps a little bit more space between the tables and the seats, but apart from that, as long as it's clean and tidy, that we're quite happy.
But the loos could definitely do with some improvement, I would think.
I like a good strong pillar.
Greens and beiges and such like they normally look good.
Well, I always like the sort of bright greens, the old steam engines.
I went on a train once in Hanover, which was decked out in that colour. It's very nice, very exclusive. It was a first-class one.
We could have suffragette colours, green and purple. It tends to be all oranges or blues or something very strong. I think
that's a bit of a ghastly colour for a table.
Get rid of the orange, I think. Nothing as garish as the red. I like because Mainline have now got that greenish colour, haven't they? So I could imagine that being used on the seats. It'd be quite nice.
Probably a bit brighter.
It just wants modernising.
I mean, it seems okay as it is. Just brightening up a bit, maybe.
Just better quality, I think, really.
Well, I should hope that it would be luxurious and warm.
So I think the entire train should be up to the standard of first-class accommodation.
The refurbishment process takes just 20 working days for each set from start to finish. And it's carried out using new systems, which mean the total fleet will be completed in 18 months, as opposed to using old methods, which would have taken up to 4 years. TV reporter James Roberson went down to Adtrans to see exactly what happens.
Well, as you can see from the scene behind me, the refurbishment of the HST is well underway and on target for the press launch on the 10th of February. The process starts with a complete mechanical overhaul, which covers everything from the bogies to the air conditioning. Then the interior of each vehicle is completely stripped. Some parts, like ventilation grills and lights, are simply cleaned. Others, the gangways for instance, are repaired or replaced. The windows are removed and resealed, and the door hinges replaced. Then the vestibules are repainted and the toilet fittings replaced. Finally, the new carpets, seats and luggage racks are fitted. The result, a completely new experience in rail travel. OK, let's take a look inside. Maquette now covers the luggage rack and comes right up to the dado rail, giving the whole interior a much more luxurious feel. The seats now have new cushions to improve comfort and back support, and there's an extra 3/4 of an inch legroom. Customer research showed that they wanted central luggage racks so they can keep an eye on their luggage. They wanted baby changing facilities and toilets suitable for wheelchair access. And last of all, they finally got the PA system right, so that the sound level will respond to the appropriate amount of background noise and still be audible. With the interior complete, the vehicle is then moved to the paint shop, where the new livery is applied. And in just 20 days, it all goes from this to this. This stunning new livery is what customers will be seeing starting on February the 11th, when the first of the refurbished sets goes into service. Well, I have to say that as a local journalist and a Midland Main Line customer, I'm impressed. But what about you, the staff? What do you think? Well, Jonathan Bridgewood, the project manager, has been finding out.
So this is the new vehicle. You're one of the first people to see it. What are your first impressions?
First impressions are it's radically different to what we have been used to seeing, and I like it. Looks nice.
Yeah, it's a marked improvement. It's a lot more relaxing atmosphere, first class. Seats are a lot more supportive. Again, glass partitioning splits the coach up nicely. It's 100% better than the old one.
I think it's wonderful. The overall appearance is really different from the trains that we have now.
I think the vehicle itself is a lot better than what we've had, and as well with us dressed in a new uniform, we'll just make it look a lot more professional.
It feels like first class, yeah.
I love the idea of not having to get into a seat without struggling, you know, past the table. I like how it's tapered in.
It's a more pleasant environment to sit in this colour than the old red.
HST stock has always been the same, regardless of which company it's been on. And now this one's different. And I think they will be surprised when they see that it's completely different and it now belongs to just one company and they can associate it with that one company.
I've been on a train without baby changing facilities and I know how hard it is, but that's brilliant. That's what I think people have wanted for a long time, mothers, to go in there to actually change your baby on a fold-down table, and the vanity unit in there is lovely.
It's as if you're walking in through your front door where all your furnishings and everything else matches.
Well, the table is much more accessible, isn't it, to get round. A lot brighter, a lot cleaner.
And it's different. It makes the coach look cosier, not as big.
All adds up to a lot more relaxing atmosphere.
It's going to be all new to them anyway, so I should think they'll be impressed straight away.
I prefer it. So yeah, I would think that people travelling would prefer it as well.
We're now on the finished vehicle, Daryl. As the marketing and planning manager for Midland Main Line, I understand we did quite a lot of research. I understand that quite a lot of staff were involved. Which one specifically?
Specifically, we went to customer service personnel, and within customer service we spoke to stewards and senior conductors and people involved with the catering side, such as the managers. And on the fleet side we spoke to technicians, fitters, cleaners, really all the people that on a day-to-day basis are involved with the running of the train and the service.
So this is the first viewing of the Midland Main Line livery. General thoughts?
I think it's very eye-catching, yes. Certainly turn people's heads when they're running in and out of stations and set the trains apart from other operators in the area.
Growth on you.
That's it, yeah. Looks fresh. Doesn't look dull and nasty, does
Modern,
it? Yeah,
fresh.
that's it, modern.
Most of them are used to seeing the same train all the time, and it's something different that they'll be able to associate with.
When you've got a full train together, it'll look impressive.
Yeah, it's certainly brighter than the old liveries.
It'll look quite impressive with a full rate.
You need to know it's a Midland Main Line train and nothing else.
This refurbished HST is only the start. There's a whole new look for the staff too. It's fresh, modern and exciting. So let's end this report by bringing Midland Main Line's uniforms right up to date.
Midland Main Line has come a long way since its beginnings in April 1994, and we've achieved much since the start of the National Express Group franchise in April last year. Many challenges still lie ahead. Our financial targets are tough, but they're achievable. And to achieve them, we need to provide a professional, courteous service to every individual we deal with, customers and colleagues alike. To reach our goals, we need to be a team. Our task is straightforward: to make sure that more and more people want to use Midland Main Line again and again. We've been through some good times, as well as some more difficult ones. But I'm sure that with the new look Midland Main Line, with our exciting new products, and with ever-improving levels of personal service, the best is yet to come. I hope you've enjoyed this sneak preview of our new look train, and I'm looking forward to the 10th of February when the newly refurbished train takes off.